Hello again, everyone, and welcome to Week 15 highlights of the New England Patriots versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Chiefs. Sorry about that. Standing at 13-0, the Patriots have cemented themselves as not only the number one seed in the AFC, but the top contender to reach the Super Bowl. But today would not be an easy test as the Kansas City Chiefs. Sorry again. Anyway, as the Chiefs and their venerable leader Patrick Mahomes visit New England with a 9-6 record and are fighting for their playoff lives. Word had it that Andy Reid had paid the Madden overlords off to help in assuring a Monday night victory for Kansas City, but no amount of corruption would be able to defeat the Patriots that easily. Even though the Chiefs came out on what appeared to be computer-generated drugs, steroidal drugs, and seemed to be moving the ball downfield at will, the Patriots defense was not intimidated by EA Sports corruption, and in fact sent out their own intimidating message to the Chiefs by knocking the ball loose from sure-handed tight end Kelsey, forcing a punt. Justin Fields came out immediately and hit young Rashid Shaheed across the middle for a huge gain, and James Cook dusted the Chiefs' run D up for two big runs, putting the Patriots in the red zone, where who else but James Cook scampered into the end zone on a quick stretch to give New England a 7-0 lead and sending a message that the Chiefs' corruption would not pan out the way that they had hoped. But the Madden overlords would also have something to say about that, as Mahomes threw a pick straight to Devin White. But what do you know? The ball magically went through White's hands and into the awaiting mitts of Travis Swift Kelsey. Mahomes then hit Valdez-Scantling, who was literally decapitated, but somehow held onto the ball, and then Rashee Rice on a seam streak, before hitting Hardman in the back of the end zone to tie the game 7-7. Justin Fields and Rashid Shaheed would not be deterred, however, as Fields hit Shaheed on a diving circus catch over the middle, and then Fields tossed a bubble screen to Shaheed, who did the rest, scampering 50 yards and into the end zone, putting New England up 14-7 and giving a stiff middle finger to the cheating overlords of EA. Cheaters sometimes do prosper, however, as Patrick Mahomes, armed with lightning bolts from the EA gods, threw dart after dart, completing 4 straight passes, guarded and unguarded, setting up an Isaiah Pacheco game-tying, we'll call it a run, into the end zone. Cackling, the EA overlords seized control of the clock and literally burned an extra second off, as Justin Fields completed a sideline pass to James Cook that would have put the Patriots in perfect position for a tie-breaking field goal to end the half. Alas, the cheating won on these last 2 possessions as the game was tied 14-14 heading into the third quarter. Coming out in the second half, 4 straight runs by James Cook and a laser beam to Gabe Davis over the middle had the Patriots sitting pretty on the Chiefs' side of the field. 2 straight wide receiver screens to Gabe "I'm no cheater" Davis had the Patriots knocking on the door, and, while cheating was the name of the game, a 3rd straight bubble screen to Davis because, well, if you can't beat him, join him, in terms of cheating that is, and just like that the Patriots were up 21-14. While Mahomes again tried to carve up the Pats D, driving the Chiefs into scoring range, the Patriots defense stood tall and sacked Mahomes on 2 straight plays, forcing Kansas City to settle for a field goal, making the score New England 21, Kansas City 17 heading into the fourth quarter. And Justin Fields knew exactly what to do to assure a victory, and he carried out the plan to perfection as the Patriots slowly and methodically moved the ball down the field, chewing up precious time from the clock while dinking, dunking, and running their way into the red zone. Another run by James Cook and a bubble screen to Gabe Davis put the Pats on the goal line, while precious seconds kept ticking away from any hope of a Chiefs corrupted victory. Ultimately, James Cook took the ball over the goal line on a quick stretch play, giving the Patriots a 28-17 lead with only a few seconds left for Kansas City to try and make a comeback. Armed yet again with the Madden Overlord's magic, Mahomes threw yet another pick to Isaiah Simmons, but sorcery again ruled as he completed a quick pass over the middle to Kelsey. Mahomes was then forced by the Patriots D to throw 2 quick passes over the middle before yet again relying on the EA gods and their cheating presence as he hit a completely smothered MVS on the left side for a big gainer. The Patriots defense held strong though, forcing 3 straight incompletions from Mahomes before completely rocking Travis Kelce Swift's world and dislodging the ball from his hands on the game's final play, giving the Patriots a hard-earned 28-17 victory. The Patriots had survived a ridiculously stacked deck against them and moved to 14-0 with dreams of an undefeated season abound, and a moral victory that told Andy Reid he would be a much poorer man tonight with nothing but a big L to show for it. Well, fellas, we just beat the Chiefs. This was not a fun game. First season of franchise during the regular season with a team that has literally no defensive abilities. It is almost impossible to stop the Chiefs. I threw everything, including the kitchen sink, at them. I had 3 interceptions on Travis Kelce. I got sucked through animations. The computer essentially just cheats for this team. Now, I will tell you from my experience playing them in the playoffs, it's a little bit different. But for some reason, during the regular season, this team is just on fire. I am so happy that we got out of there at least as handily as we did. Just the cheating. Literally, I'm sitting here just fuming at the cheating that was occurring. It's in every aspect of the game. And for those of you who have played this game a lot, you know exactly how I'm feeling. Just super frustrating. Super, super frustrating. But we got out with the win. Justin Fields played well. There were no turnovers in the game. There should have been 3 interceptions on our part, but whatever. We got the win. We are now 14-0. We have 3 games left. I'm not confident that if we sim them, that we're going to get all 3 victories. So enjoy that goose egg up there in our loss column for now. And we are going to, after this, do week 17 and week 18. All right, fellas. Well, we did not get our perfect season. We were beaten by the Bills in week, I think, 17. Little disappointing, but I did not expect to go undefeated. So as we look at our regular season, we did great. We lost 14-10 to the Bills. Looked like it was a defensive struggle. It kind of gave our guys a statistical hit. So unfortunately, Justin Fields did not get the MVP. He did have 4,100 or 4,200 passing yards and 39 passing touchdowns. James Cook, 20 rushing touchdowns, led the NFL. Gabe Davis, he got wide receiver of the year in the AFC. All in all, it was a good season. James Cook, his average fell just under 4, but, that's okay. He had a great season. Gabe Davis and Rashid Shaheed had awesome seasons. Dawson Knox, as far as I'm concerned, he should have probably 800 yards, but with all the drops, he deserved to be where he's at. Rashad Bateman had a nice comeback. Looks like he had a pretty good game, I think the final game of the season. And Cook even had 300 yards out of the backfield, so he had 24 total touchdowns. Defensively, 13.5 sacks for Sweat and 11.5 for Pay and 9.5 for Barmore. Darby had 9. Devin White even had 5, and even Trenton Simpson had 4.5. In terms of interceptions, again, like we said before, we really spread the wealth around. Pretty much all of our secondary had at least 3 interceptions.
So team stats, we probably lost. Yeah, we're now second in terms of points scored per game. That's okay. Defensively, still lead in sacks, still led the league in interceptions, still led the league in points allowed, rushing yards, and passing yards, as well as total yards. We had defensively an unbelievable season. We are the number one seed in the playoff bracket. Um, Playoffs look pretty much like they looked when we checked several weeks ago. Um, we're going to be heading for a matchup probably against the Ravens and or Chiefs in the playoffs. Oddly, the Falcons got the number one seed in the NFC. That's pretty strange. So here we are. It's wild card week. There's really nothing for us to do except to just sim the games. All right, fellas, we are back. And we have a matchup against Indianapolis. It looks as though Indianapolis beat the Bills, so we get them, and the Ravens and Chiefs get to fight it out amongst themselves. Um, the Falcons, um, they're taking on the Eagles, and the Cowboys are taking on the Packers. So I absolutely believe we can win this Super Bowl, and I think that we will. So we will play that game, and you guys will see the highlights. Wish us luck.